Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Pankatsu Akuma. There we go. Because I said that on the last episode, which is just yesterday, I still remember what to call this new series. But yeah, as usual, I just came back from the gym about 2 hours ago. I've been kind of waking up a bit earlier, going to the gym a bit earlier, and also doing my chores a lot earlier compared to what I usually do. I guess, I don't know what happened. I guess I woke up a bit early now. I usually would eat at about 4 a.m. just to get my first breakfast, and then I would eat again before I go to the gym. But I haven't really done that lately. I've just been getting bigger dinners now. And I think that works a lot better for me because I don't do the sleeping after the first breakfast thing. I think that's why I'm actually waking up a bit earlier. If I were to guess, by the way. I don't know if that's actually the real reason, but it makes sense to me. But yeah, let's actually talk about the last episode recap, shall we? Okay, you guys are hearing that because I just switched the mouse and keyboard. So in the last episode, we actually got the new H scene for Emmy. We got the backstory for Emmy, and I do think that her backstory was a lot more interesting than Riria's backstory, which was she was an idol and she was being used, I guess, by her parents because she kinda doesn't like to being an idol, and she was being used to make money, and she ran away. She met up with our parents got adopted, and the reason she got adopted was because she was cute, and I guess the parents made an arrangement with Emmy so that they don't, or Emmy doesn't tell us that she's an angel or anything about the demon realm. So we never found out about what the hell our parents did until we talked with Emmy there. So after that heart-to-heart, Emmy actually got horny. She said she saw us with Ruria in the hot spring. So she was doing the same thing. And I'm gonna say, her scene is way hotter than Ruria's. I'm not ashamed to say that I fapped to it. Yeah, the ridiculousness that I say when it comes to these sort of games, yeah, I'm not embarrassed to say it. I think I got good taste. But yeah, after that, we just got into a scene where I thought we were gonna get into a scene where you here or any of the other girls were gonna get their part with the H scenes. But turns out it was just another comical comedy skit about who can actually cook. Which of course, no one can cook, so we just ordered some pizza. But yeah, this is exactly right after the cook-off, so let's see what's gonna happen. So, I already know what's gonna happen. Yu's probably gonna... Well, we're gonna get a UH scene, but I don't know what she's gonna do. It's 7:30 a.m. Breakfast is served at the usual time. Wait, Yu isn't up yet? What time do these people actually go to school? I always find it awkward that these guys are waking up so late in the morning. Back when I was still in high school, I had to go to school at 6:45. 6:45 is when the bell rang, and we actually had to do our morning prayers before school starts at 7 a.m. But yeah, I was waking up at 5 a.m. I took a bath for half an hour, eat my breakfast, and then go to school. These guys are really, I don't know, are people really going to school this late in Japan? When I was in Malaysia, I actually went to the gym really early too because that was the only time slot that I could actually use so that I can still go out with my sister and do some traveling. So when I was at the gym, or when I was going to the gym, I woke up at 5 and then I probably went to the MRT at about 5:30 or 5:45. And I was going there with the kids over there. They were actually going to school alone, right? So I know for a fact that at least in Malaysia, it's probably the same time as I was. At what time they go to school at. So probably about 6:30 or 6:45. I'll go check on her. Feel free to keep eating. Wait, what did I do?
バックラグ
Oh, you. Right, right.
そんなにエラエラしたいなら妹に頼めばいいじゃない
Not yet, Emmy. Come on. There's a time and place for this. I'm just going to call for her from outside her door.
じゃあ私が呼んできましょうか
Stop stripping! You're making me have to censor this on YouTube, Arlet. Stop doing that. Arlet, you need to get dressed first.
すみません
I'm probably gonna hate this girl simply because I do Let's Plays on YouTube because she's annoying. I gently chide Arle, who is sitting in her birthday suit. I'm not unnerved by her nudity, but the fact that she does this so often that I've grown used to it bothers me.
私もついハーブを炊いてしまったりするから気持ちはわかるよタマもついアマゾソで DVD ボックスをポチってしまうのですよね
Those are expensive, Tama. How much money do you got?
気づいたら来月の引き落としが給料を超えてて鬱なのですよ
I mean, a DVD box is probably just once, not even a season, right? A DVD box. So probably only 3 episodes. Or I don't know, maybe if it's the whole season, then that's going to be pretty expensive, probably about $100. But if it's only like 1 to 3 episodes, that's probably about 20 bucks. Usually, might be 30 bucks. You can't get away with everything just by saying you weren't thinking about it. Everyone here is so airheaded. Down to the bone, as they say. More like they're just dumb, okay? Yu's not responding at all. And of course, even knocking yields no answer. I might have no choice but to open the door. To be clear, I'm not hoping to have one of those classic walk-in on her changing moments. Though that isn't to say that I wouldn't like to have one more peek at those divine mounds. You know what's gonna happen, Ren? She's probably still gonna be asleep and you're probably gonna go get a, you know, like a nip slip or some bullshit. Still, nobody has the time to enjoy rom-com moments today. I think that's actually a lot harder than when you just, you know, go in and then you see her changing. I think seeing her sleep is actually hotter. I don't think that's weird. I think that's just preference. She'll be late to school if I don't wake her up, and if something's happened to her, then I have no excuse not to go in. I have nothing but the purest intentions. You? I'm opening the door. I give one final knock before turning the knob and pushing the door slightly open. I peer through the gap, just to be cautious. Huh? Is she not even here? I take a step in to get a better look. Seriously? You? Wait, what the? What the hell is this? I think she's just cold, Ren. On top of her bed is a huge igloo-like lump, made from her bedspread. Bedspread? Why can't you just say spring bed, or what do you call that? Mattress? Mattress thingy? I don't know. Covers? Mattress covers? No, not mattress covers. Blankets? In the center of the lump sits a quiet, sage-faced Theo, well shielded from the apparent cold. This is the opposite of the scene I swear I wasn't hoping to see. This is more like one of those movies where the star is stranded in a blizzard. Yusan. Speaking of cold, my AC just got serviced yesterday, so it's cold, but I guess the reason why my AC keeps sometimes, or not sometimes, but keeps breaking down is because I turn it on way too much. Yes, I know I live in Southeast Asia. Without AC, it sucks, but I guess I just gotta grin and bear it until like nighttime or something before I go to bed. I can hear her letting out gentle snores. I'm using my AC a lot more often than I should is the problem. Oh, so this is how she sleeps. So that's it? She just overslept this morning? Well, this is a fresh surprise. Hello? Yusan? She's like doing the stare thing, not a hum. Oh, by the way, there was a not a notification. There was an announcement that Hentai Prison is gonna be translated by Shiravune. And I think when that game is out, I'm gonna postpone the any like next visual novel that you guys choose, simply because I want to actually let's play that on the channel. I played that back when it was still in Japanese, and I gotta say that is an amazing story. I gave that a 10 out of 10 on VNDB. And hopefully, with a translation, I can actually, you know, read it in a more coherent way. Though I do know that Shirabune is not the best when it comes to localization, so... Well, fingers crossed, I was reading it in machine translation and I was enjoying it, so at the very least, if a human is translating it, I'm probably gonna be enjoying it a lot more too. So yeah, just a heads up for you guys. Somato? What does that mean? This is the middle of summer, right? I remember Ren said that. No. This is midsummer in Japan, and it's time for breakfast. You're not solely. Here I thought she was actually gonna make us go inside of that stupid igloo thing. No, 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 no! In Japanese, he's probably saying like iya, 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 or something like that. Maybe. I just don't feel comfortable voice acting Japanese, man. My Japanese sucks. Listen to me! You're not camping out in the mountains. Really, really? What kind of cheap joke is this? It wasn't funny the first time she said it. I think doing these Let's Plays, if I know Japanese and I actually voice act the Japanese part, or not the Japanese part, but like the narration for the main character, it'd probably be a lot more interesting. But alas, I am way too lazy to actually study Japanese. I know basic Japanese, but studying Japanese is something I'm just too lazy to do. I haven't been to school in a long time, guys. Studying is just not my thing anymore. It used to be. Well, depends on what sort of studying, right? Like, serious studying is not my thing, but like street smarts and stuff like that, learning new stuff, I enjoy doing that. Okay, the joke's already dead. Now get up. This is not what I was expecting this early in the morning. I'm cold? That's rare. Of course I feel cold to you. You're wrapped in the warmest sheets in the house, okay. Obviously, Yu's skin is much warmer than mine. Thanks to that cloth armor of hers, I didn't even get to feel the softness of her chest when she hugged me. Meanwhile, I'm so shocked that she can sleep so well in that pose. I'm honestly impressed. Okay, seriously this time, get out of bed. It takes 20 whole minutes to drag the drowsy girl out of bed. 20 minutes? Isn't it already 7:30? Like, what time do we actually go to school, bro? This doesn't make sense to me. You eats her late breakfast while clutching my hot water bottle to her chest. And by hot water bottle, I mean a 2-liter plastic bottle wrapped in a towel. Having one lying around can actually be remarkably convenient for this, during winter anyway. I don't really live in a subtropical climate, so it's always gonna be the raining season or the really hot season. Mostly just hot. Even during the rainy season, it's still fucking hot. Freaking Indonesia. Well, I suppose the temperature outside did go down a bit last night. I didn't expect such a minor shift to cause such a huge change in Yu's behavior. The inner workings of a cold-sensitive Yuki Onna are mysterious indeed. How does she survive in midwinter? They already left for school. I can drag you there.
レンは優しいね。おんぶさせてあげようか?
Sure. I appreciate the thought, but no thanks. Just finish your breakfast. It seems that you knows exactly how to use her charms on other people. I mean, if she wants to actually carry me on her back, sure. I don't have to walk. I'm not gonna deny that. Like, I don't care about her body or anything, but I just don't want to walk. I'm a lazy piece of shit, guys. She may act silly and out of it, but she's actually pretty sharp. Like, even if you is like a male bodybuilder or she's like huge, I wouldn't mind, yeah. Piggyback ride me. I heard once that shrewd girls are the ones you have to look out for. I guess she proves that point. I rethink my image of her with this in mind. So do Yuki Onna typically suffer from the cold as much as you do? Normally, one would expect heat to be your weakness, not the other way around.
私は里でも一番の冷え性。選ばれし冷え性。でも、私は現代っ子で外で遊ぶとかしなかったからかもしれない。
You know, the heat is way worse than the cold, you. I would prefer to actually die from, like, frostbite than actually die from heat stroke. Modern girl.
ネットとか漫画とかテレビとか。
Luxury extends to demons just as much as humans, it would seem. But then again, I guess it's very difficult for you to die of heat stroke, right? But it's very easy for you to die from, say, what's the cold thing? Not pneumonia. What's the thing? I forgot what pneumonia it is, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Going by her words alone, though, she's just describing herself as a typical jobless shut-in more than a modern girl.
あの寒い中で遊び回る神経がわからない。実に非効率的。
I don't know about that. I can see why some people would have the urge to go frolic when they see snow on the ground.
それは雪の恐ろしさを知らない人だから言えること。
Snow scary? I mean, I've never heard people say that. I know that snow's dirty, but not scary.
一度ほぼ毎日雪かきを2時間近くやらされる身になった方がいい。
What's a snowplow? Plow. Does that mean you're just digging snow?
コンビニに行くにも遭難覚悟だし、天然の落とし穴で側溝にはまったりする。それでも雪が綺麗とか言えたら頭おかしい。
Man, you seriously hates her hometown. I mean, for someone who never saw snow before in my life, I could kind of picture someone in my own situation thinking that snow is pretty. I am not really all that, I'm not, I'm not that, what's the word? I don't dream of snow, so I don't really care whether or not snow is pretty, whether or not snow is beautiful. I don't care. If I see snow for the first time, I'd be like, yeah, this is cold. And that's probably what I'm gonna think. I'm not really an emotional person. I mean, she said it before, but she really meant it, huh? Okay, I get the idea. Please, just hurry up and finish eating so we can go to school.
私の実家と雪嫌いはこの程度では収まらない。私のスイッチを押したことを覚悟するといい。
You can rant, but I don't have to listen. Fine, fine. Just save it for when we've hit the road. As we walk throughout the school, you lectures me non-stop on just how much you detest snow. I silently make a mental note to myself, never bring this up around her again. I cross my heart and swear to myself, not even once. Yeah, you're like me, Ren. When people talk about stuff that you don't care about, you just kind of daze off. You already sucked on my dick, Riria. She said so beautiful, by the way, not really so lewd. Just when I thought it was odd for Riria to actually be awake in class, I see that she's reading that manga. Evidently, a new volume of Pure Love Bible came out, so Riria's rereading the whole series to catch up again. I find her miniature freakouts to be mildly annoying, but I'll just ignore her for the time being.
それ面白いの？めっちゃ面白いよ。 中愛バイブルは女の子の夢が詰まってるんだよ。女の子の夢？
Yeah, maybe because I said about this on the last episode, guys, but probably because I grew up reading manga and also watching anime. Like, my ideal, like, love is kind of tainted by them. And the fact that I still believe in those kind of love is what's making me not able to find true love. Or not true love, but like love in real life. Because I believe in those true love bullshit. And I don't want to compromise my ideal version of love so that I can compromise with you know, human love in the real world. Which of course is never gonna be just like how it is in manga or anime. Yu tilts her head quizzically. She peers at the cover of the book for a moment. But I don't mind though, that's my choice, right? So if I never really find love in the real world, I don't really care too much. As long as I can still believe in that love, I feel like I'm still gonna be happy.
私も読んでもいい？もちろん。はい、これ一巻。エミちゃんは速攻で投げ出したけど、私には売り上げ1000万部の購入者たちが味方なんだよ。
It's not a contest, Riria. Riria and you both fall dead silent, engrossed in the manga.
ねえ、ねえ、これってどういうこと？
Which part? You points at the page and I read it, and I read. I love you so much I can't stay focused on anything. Yeah, don't ask me. I don't get it either. In the scene, the two main characters are agonizing over their love. This is kind of hard to describe. I realize that stylized, exaggerated art and stories are a standard feature of manga, but...
ほら、好きな人のことを考えてると、それだけで頭がいっぱいになっちゃったりするでしょ?
Yeah, I really don't... that's not the sort of thing I see in my ideal version of love. In my ideal version of love, they're still able to think about something else, you know, they're still able to function as a human being, but they always think about you. Like, not necessarily 100% always thinking about you, but always thinking about what's in your best interest.
ヒロインの椿はすごく素直で、まっすぐな子だから余計にこうなっちゃって。メモリがいっぱいってこと？
Kinda you.
恋愛ってそんなに CPU 使うの？
Are you supposed to be the sort of like kudere girl, or I don't know, what do you call this sort of girl? I guess the logical girl? Not really kudere.
メモリ？ CPU？
She didn't really come off as that sort of person before she talked about this, right?
なんか難しくてよくわかんないけど、多分そんな感じだよ。なるほど。参考になった。
You nod sagely with a serious expression in her face. I kinda dislike the way they use sagely. No doubt the interpretation of this manga differs from person to person. Not that either of the girls are necessarily wrong to think of romance that way, I guess. As long as they can both wrap their heads around it somehow, that works for me.
いつもは気にならない占いが気になっちゃうわ。朝のニュースとかで出てくる占いとかあるでしょ?
That's the most garbage thing ever. I really don't believe in this bullshit, but a lot of people seem to believe so, including my brother. God damn.
いつもは気にならないのに、ついつい好きな人との相性を見ちゃったり、乙女心だよね。キャー。それは回収ってこと？今までは信じなかったものを信じるようになるって。多分そんな感じ。乙女心とはいと難しい。
I guess you here is supposed to, you know, is supposed to attract someone like me, I guess, who usually thinks with their logic. But I don't know. So far, she doesn't really come across as that sort of person, so the fact that she's doing this sort of thinking right now is weirding me out, because it just doesn't fall in line with the personality that I have of her before. You really takes her interpretation of this as far as possible. Maria's thoughts on the matter come as no surprise to me, though. Actually, how is it that you is so apparently oblivious to how love works? Well, I guess she answered that she's lived the life of a shut-in for quite a while. And I'm sure she didn't have many friends she talked about these things with back home. Though that didn't seem to keep her from assaulting me with close contact on day one. Actually, maybe that's exactly the reason she seems to have no sense of others' personal space.
純愛バイブルはまあ子供向けにしてはよくできてる話なのですよ。
Even though they have a lot of H scenes.
あの手この手で手ごめにされては他の男になびく椿がたまらなくゾクゾクくるのです。
Or I guess not H scenes, but like raunchy scenes.
椿はそんな子じゃないよ。純愛。これはとてつもない純愛なんだよ。かあ、こんなの現実にいたらとんでもないビッチなのですよ。
Okay, I don't know about the story, but I think you have too much of a strong opinion there, Tama.
こんなにモテモテでビッチ扱いされないとか、ほんと許せないのです。
Wow, then you're the slut. You don't actually need to spread your legs to be popular. What the fuck? This is why I'm always gonna shit talk on you, Tama. Your fucking brain is like gush, is goo. You're dumb as bricks. That's just the jealousy talking.
嫉妬じゃないのです。ネットでも椿派は少数なのですよ。そんなことないもん。椿はピュアなだけなんだよ、私みたいに。出たのですよ。そういう連中のせいで純馬信者キモいとか言われて困るのです。もう少し現実見るのですよ、この腐ったみかんが。
I mean, I get where Tama-chan's coming from, but at the same time, I feel like what Ren said is right. She's just jealous of the main character. You're basically the same person on different sides of the debate here. No need to argue.
花ちゃんとは全然違うのです。恋愛って難しい。
I mean, as long as you have your own definition of love, it's not very difficult, you. In the end, the class proceeds with pretty much the same level of chaos as usual. Don't let other people's like version of love taint what you think love is supposed to be. What the fuck are these guys saying? It's after school now. I wonder what I should make for dinner tonight. It's becoming such a pain to devise a new menu every night. I can only pull so much variety out of my hat. Not to mention the fact that each girl has specific preferences and tastes. Why don't you meal prep, Ren? Just meal prep like I do, man. I only recently started cooking duty for everyone though, so I'm not strapped for ideas quite yet. Is that?
ここにもない。どこに行けばあるんだろう。
What's up, you? Looking for something?
あ、ねえ。ちょうどいいところに。ずっと北海道を探してるんだけど、見つからなくて困ってる。
Oh, those things that you actually use when you're kind of like sore? Of course you can't find them. It's the middle of summer. Why would anyone be selling heating pads? I mean, in a convenience store, you definitely would still find them. The fact that she's even looking for those is more surprising to me.
今朝みたいな緊急事態に備えておかないと。備えあれば憂いなしって言うし。
So this is still the same day. Yeah, there's no telling what could happen in the future if you don't. If she needs those things in the middle of a Japanese summer, who knows what she'd need when it's colder? Any disaster is possible. I think she just needs your dick when it's colder, Ren. Haven't you mentioned that you're a modern girl? Why not just order them online? I mean, I guess you'd find them faster this way, but...
通販だと遅くて困る。
This is one of the reasons why I really like living in, like, Jakarta. There's only a couple of towns in Indonesia that has instant shipping. It's because our town is very small, right? But it's the, you know, it's the capital. So, like, market is booming, and a lot of like merchandise is traded a lot here. So it's very easy for stuff that I ordered today to actually sell arrive today too, in the matter of like, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours, if it's still in the same city. So that's one of the very amazing things I do appreciate of Jakarta here. And I don't think that's something that you guys that's in bigger countries can understand. I assume Singapore is also the same. If they have it in stock at Amazon, it come pretty quickly, I think.
ここなら Amazon でもすぐに届くんだ。里だとすごいかかる。カルチャーショック。
Well, you live in the boonies, you. She nods sagely to herself. Yeah, the usage of sagely in this game is weird.
お急ぎ便で明日に。なんと素晴らしい。レーンはさすが都会っ子。パチパチパチ。
I'm glad I could be of use to you. I think this town still counts as part of the countryside, though. It does look a lot nicer thanks to the renewal project, I'll admit. I thought we were in Aoyama. Aoyama isn't really the countryside, is it? Still, I don't know if this is more like city life than the mountains of Niigata.
で、レンは何してるの？
Buying stuff for tonight's dinner. I haven't decided what I'm getting yet, though.
私はレンのアドバイスのおかげで予想外に暇を持て余してるところ。
Do you now?
そうなんです。
Well, if you're free, why not tag along with me?
行く。
She finishes her usual wait to be invited act with a satisfied nod. If I was Ren, I would just ask her what do you want for dinner instead of asking her to tag along with me. Yu's thought process remains as opaque as ever to me. Though at times, I also get the feeling that she's not really thinking at all. Then I guess we'll start by walking to the grocery store.
よい。
Side by side, we stroll down the street full of shops that I've grown so used to over the years. Then again, I guess having two-person instead of one makes the grocery shopping a lot easier. It's not like we're using a car, so we're gonna have to haul our, items back to the villa again. Isn't that bag you're holding heavy, you? I'd be happy to trade with you.
いい。レンはすでに両手に持ってるし。ちょっと重いのを私が持つくらいでちょうどいい。私、こう見えても結構パワー派。雪かきで超鍛えられたから。
I guess that's fair. She shows me a clenched fist. Both of her arms just look thin, white, and rather weak. The pose is charming, sure. Then again, she is a shut-in. But I don't see any of this elusive strength of hers. On the other hand, she's holding her bag without a trace of effort. So maybe she's on the strong side after all. Then I'll accept your offer. Thanks.
苦しゅうない。
I acquiesce to Yu's insistence and hand over the bag with a bow of gratitude. I muse silently that in return, I should go with a meal that she'd especially like for dinner. What's caught your eye? I curiously follow her line of sight. We have frozen ice pops. It's a sign on the mobile stall of an ice cream vendor. You want some? And you don't like cold stuff.
悪くない。
But won't your body cool down again if you eat ice cream?
アイスは大丈夫。
What sort of bullshit is this? Or really?
ほんと、マジマジ、乙女だし。
Your situation is not very serious, is it? She maintains her usual tone in her answer, with that unmistakable I know what I'm talking about nod. I didn't think she even had any exceptions, especially with something like ice cream. There's a mystery to be solved here, both in the physiology of Yuki Onna and of girls in general, I suppose. I mean, I love ice cream, but the fact that they are not even trying to stick with the script with this, it just makes me not like you. You're not cute by doing this. You peers at the stall's menu with a creased brow.
どの味で勝負をするか。いちご。いや、チョコも捨てがたい。
Just got a double scoop. So you like strawberry, you?
いや、得 筆してその2つでは強いて言えば全部好き。
Oh, I see. Man, my ear is actually sweating. These headphones are not very breathable without AC. I nod to indicate understanding, while inwardly asking myself why this choice is so hard for her to make.
チョコいちごチョコいちご
I like myself some Choco Mint. Though I probably am a pretty boring person, I like vanilla also too. Why not just get both? The popsicles themselves aren't that big.
まさかそんな超法規的措置が。
I thought we were eating... I guess popsicles count as ice cream, but I thought we were eating like a scoop. Can you eat that much at once?
そこは余裕だけど。
Then, I mean, 2 popsicles probably about, I don't know, 300 calories? If they're small popsicles, they're probably 100 calories each. Maybe 200, yeah, not 300. Excuse me, we'd like a double of chocolate and strawberry. I call out to the employee inside. This is on me, as thanks for taking along today. So don't worry about the price.
なんとかっこいい。
It's probably like 200 yen. It's not expensive, you. Yu smiles at me with sparkling eyes. I had been wondering if Yu was capable of making such girlish reactions. If some ice cream is all it takes to get her to flash me a smile like that, then I'm going to get my fill of that for cheap from now on.
はいはいはい。チョコとイチゴのダブルマシマシですね。ってレイ先輩とヨウ先輩じゃないですか。僕が熱くてバテながらも仕事をしているさなか、デートしながらアイスダブルとは楽しそうでいいですね。
Yes, yes, we know that you're the stereotypical, like, poor girl, Rin. That's why you're working multiple part-time jobs. Seeing you work with your heart on your sleeve is always refreshing, Rin-chan. The last person I expected to see here was Rin-chan, running a satellite stall for her convenience store. That store seriously needs to chill with all these expansion operations. So it's still the same freaking store? She better be paid like a lot of money, what the fuck?
デート？ねえ、リン。これってデート？
Probably not.
はい。男と女が2人で歩けばどこでもみだらなユートピアだって純愛バイブルで言ってました。あと女の子はデートに行ったらぐちょぐちょにされても文句は言えないって。
What the fuck are you talking about? That manga is seriously twisted in more ways than one. Another thing I didn't expect. Rin's a pure love Bible fan. It may well be as Riria says. Perhaps that manga really does have every girl's romantic dream in there somewhere. All this talk of what girls want is beyond a boy like me. The trouble with manga for girls is the love only happens with hot guys message it usually sends. Though admittedly, the same problems seem to be the case with manga for boys lately. What's the message? Love only happens with hot guys? Love only happens with hot guys, huh? I mean, if I were to choose, I definitely want a hot girl. I mean, let's be real, Ren. The first, like, you know, our first impression of someone is definitely gonna be their physical features. After that, it's gonna be their personality and how they act. And then, if you want to go to the next step, how are their upbringing? Like, how are their parents, how are their family, right? But even then, that's like very superficial.
ということは、この後、私はレンにぐちょぐちょにされちゃうんだね。レンの買い物の誘いに乗った私がうかつだった。でも仕方ない。さようなら私の処女。また来世に会おう。チーン。
That's not what's going to happen tonight, so please calm down. And why is she so quick to assume her virginity is as good as gone? I was somehow expecting her to be my purity is sacred type. The mystery of what girls want just keeps growing deeper to me. I ignore you, whose hands are now joined in mock prayer, and take the ice cream from Rin-chan. Okay, and here's the money. This is for you to have some ice cream of your own when you get a break. You didn't just say you were trying to beat the heat, right? I mean, if I were you, Ren, I'd rather save that money. It's not like you're actually doing any part-time work yourself for this money. You're probably getting money from your parents.
口止め料。これが口止め料ってやつなんですね。わかりました。これでエミちゃんやアルルには絶対に黙っておきますから。なんと大人な根回し。レンは作詞だね。
I wouldn't quite call it that, but sure. Think whatever you want. We walk a ways from the stall where we can have a moment of peace. Oh, sorry, I thought she was done. Yu single-mindedly licks her ice cream. It's funny how the simple image of a girl eating ice cream can be so erotic. The tip of her tongue flicks away at the popsicle. She runs her tongue across the length and then wraps her lips around the tip. I mean, I do that too, Ren. Do you think that a guy licking ice cream is erotic? Do you girls? I don't even think girls watch me. I mean, I don't even think that girls doing that is erotic at all. Like, you guys just have your mind in the gutter. I start to get the impression that she's doing this to me on purpose. My adolescent thoughts creep up on me as I watch you go to town on it. I mean, unless she's actually like deep-throating the freaking ice cream, that's when I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? Now that's erotic. But if she's just licking it, I'm like, what the fuck, who cares? No, I'm good. I mean, as a girl and a boy, there's a bad implication if we share one. Actually, it's the opposite. That's not the opposite I meant. I mean, one could say that it's been made too beautiful to touch, in a manner of speaking. I really don't care whether or not I eat someone else's, like, food already. Like, whether it's a guy, whether it's a girl, if it's something delicious, I'd still eat it. Do people really overcomplicate stuff like this? I feel like people are just way too weird. I'm having a hard time figuring out whether Yu is just naturally defenseless or deliberately messing with me. She does seem to cling to me, breast press and all, without any reservations. And the way she talks to me is very reminiscent of Emi's style of sexual harassment. That said, I'd be somewhat put off if she kept her distance instead. Contact with her is strangely comfortable. I don't know if it's the happy-go-lucky attitude or her inherent lack of caution. I think about these things as we walk shoulder to shoulder down the street. Yu's remark was unexpected. She runs off with a quick one-liner about the temperature and then smiles. Is your old home quieter than it is out here? I find that hard to believe you because from what I saw in a lot of videos, the people over in Japan in the countryside are actually a lot more friendly than they are when it comes to like areas that are a lot more crowded. Like say Tokyo or Osaka. Just one mention of her hometown and the conversation turned toxic again. I should have known. But I can't say I'm surprised about the people there. Yu herself has a mature, quiet air about her after all. Kinda dislike the fact that she's badmouthing her hometown. From what she's saying, it doesn't seem like it's bad, it's just conservative. And I hear people from there are as fair-skinned as she is. Suddenly, a tangential... Is that how you say that word? Tangential? Question pops into my head. Actually, Yu, why did you transfer over here in the first place? I'm grateful that my parents let me transfer to this school. I do recall you saying that at one point. I don't remember her ever giving a concrete reason for doing so, though. Probably to find a husband, maybe? Yu huffs and turns her face away. How could I not get the feeling that she's hiding something? Not to mention, her demeanor screams that she wants to talk about it, even though she won't admit it. Mildly irritated, I breathe deeply for a moment to preserve my maturity. I'd certainly like to know what brought you here. I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, then that's fine.
人に言うようなことじゃないから。ちら。
Nah, don't just dismiss it like that now that we've already breached the topic. Come on.
そんなことよりアイスで体冷えた。寒い。
Man, I really don't care about this, you. That's a lie. Your whole body was already frigid. She attaches herself to me to distract me from the issue. What a way to charm yourself out of a situation. I'm not sure if she actually wants to tell me why or not. But this is super cute of her, so I'll let it go for now. People actually see this as cute? I don't know, man. If you're maybe like 10 years old, maybe that's cute. But if you're the same age as me and you do shit like this, I'm like, you on drugs? Are you on drugs? She'll answer the question when she feels like it, eventually. My adolescent mind succumbs to her wiles. I'm satisfied with her attention for the moment.
とりあえず溶ける前にアイス食べないと。ほら、レンもペロペロしよう。ペロペロ。
You're doing this to me on purpose, aren't you?
わざと？
Her expression suggests that she honestly doesn't know. Clearly, succubi aren't the only demons with a devilish side to them. Or maybe it's just Yu's own personality. I can't really tell. Why do you even lick? Like, if it's not ice cream, if it's a popsicle, you bite on it. I guess you guys just have weak teeth. What, is it too sensitive that you're gonna feel the cold? This is why you brush your teeth twice a day and then also, like, you know, floss your teeth. That's what I do, every single day. Don't spoil your appetite before dinner now.
心配無用。お腹は割と強い。
We walk on, neither separating nor drawing any closer to each other. Our pace is set at a leisurely walk as we follow the road to the dorm. I'm actually pretty apprehensive about kissing, guys. Like, I keep my, you know, mouth hygiene's very strict. I'm not too sure if other people are as strict as me when it comes to keeping their mouth clean. Nighttime gives us one heck of a view out here. Like, I don't mind if it's just, you know, exchanging spit, like eating something that people already ate. But actually kissing and then, like, tonguing yourself, I'd be pretty apprehensive about it. It's 11 p.m. Maybe that was too much information. I stand in the path between our rooms and look out over the sea, listening to the rhythmic swaying of the waves. This is exactly the kind of scene I'd expect from the deck of a seaside resort cottage. What a breathtaking sight. The fact that everyone's in their rooms adds a satisfying air to calm to the atmosphere. Air of calm. Plus, thanks to the well-built walls of the rooms, not one sound is leaking out from anyone's room. High-quality resort lodgings are the best, I swear.
あれ？レン？どうしたのこんな時間に。
I turn on my bench to see you approaching. I answer her question by holding up the plastic bottle in my hand. I'm out of stuff to drink in my room, so I went to grab something. I have the same question for you. And also, why are you in your Yuki Onna clothes?
ちょっと長風呂しすぎてバテてた。夜涼み。
A closer look shows me that her face is indeed flushed. Taking too long in the bath, huh? I wonder why you don't go to the bath in cold water. I'm thinking way too deeply about this game. They're not even taking their own situation seriously. The rest of her body seems to be a shade or two redder than usual as well. Still, what's far more apparent to me is the sheer amount of cleavage that Getup reveals. Wait, no. Actually, she does want it to be hot. So she can still overheat, is what she's trying to say, okay. No, that actually makes sense. That was my bad. I almost can't help letting my eyes drift down from her face.
放出にいいって聞いた柑橘風呂が行けなかった。気持ちよすぎてついついうとうとと。
So that's why you're in the bath so long. Aren't you physically weak to hot temperatures too?
お風呂は34度がベスト。
Oh, I see. Makes perfect sense to me. I doubt anyone else would be able to relax in such a cool bath. Living as a Yukiona in Japan must be rough at times. Wait, why'd you get in the bath so late anyway? I'm pretty sure I'm always the last one to use it.
私の後じゃみんな冷たいし、それに入浴剤ダメな人もいるから最後にしてもらった。
Now that she mentions it, I've never had a bath that cold before. So this means that you've been using the bath after me every night and I never realized it. You're rather considerate of everyone, it turns out. How about that? I feel compelled to thank her and apologize for making her wait so long. But didn't you say that those clothes are meant to be worn because they're made for Yukiona? Wouldn't it just make you even hotter wearing it now?
洗濯物サイクルに失敗してこれしかなかった。
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do that too. It happens when one lives alone. Anyone who isn't used to doing their own laundry might have an accident or two at first. Come to think of it, aside from Emmy and me, this is everyone else's first experience living away from their parents. But I've never heard them talk at length about their families or life at home, so I could be wrong. Well, if you just bathe, feel free to come and rehydrate. But not too much at once. Gotta keep from cooling down too much again, right? I hand over my bottle, which I'd only just brought over before she showed up.
レンはいつも優しいね。
Yu beams pleasantly as she takes the bottle. With a small nod of appreciation, she turns away to gaze at the ocean.
私ここに来て本当に良かった。毎日がすごく楽しい。
She speaks freely, happiness tangible in her voice. I can't detect even a hint of her typical joking or teasing tone in her words. She may be having fun, but this life has felt like a constant chaotic variety hour for me so far. Though if I had to say whether or not I find it fun, I'd say without a doubt that I've been thoroughly entertained. I don't know, I prefer my life to be more peaceful than yours, Ren. In response, I nod to show my agreement with you. Hey you, why did you leave your hometown to come here? I repeat the question I gave her this afternoon. You briefly glances toward the night sky, but gives a slight nod and proceeds to answer.
うちの里は閉鎖的で考え方が古いって言ったよね。それが現代っ子の私には辛かった。雪かきと同じくらい。
That's probably because you want to do something that they don't, approve of. I can't tell if that's an expression of how much she hates shoveling or how minor her hatred for her town is. I swallowed and retorted not for her to continue.
私は里一番の寒がりだったから。うちで本を読んだり、ネットをしたりしてることが多かった。だから、華やかな外の世界、特に見たことない海に憧れがあった。
So that's why you chose here.
それもあるんだけど。
But you also didn't socialize with other people too? Her words take an evasive turn. She turns red and looks down shyly, fiddling with her fingers as if there was something she was afraid to say. I decide not to push her for the rest, instead placing my hands on the railing and looking skyward.
一番はお見合いが嫌だったから。
Okay, makes sense that you'd be doing those because you say you're old-fashioned. Suitor what now?
里は古いのもあって、お見合いおばちゃんが多くて、決まった相手がいないとすぐお見合い呼ばれる。一日に2回くらい。
Having to meet a potential husband per day sounds really rough. What kind of twisted custom is that? That I agree though, I don't really like that sort of thinking too. Like forcing someone to actually love someone else. Well, they probably don't really care about the love itself, but joining a family together can be really beneficial for you, both finance-wise and also relationship-wise. After that, it's probably up to the individual whether or not they want to pursue love. That's probably why a lot of people also kind of divorce or find, a mistress. Or they, not divorce, but what's the word? Find someone else. I wouldn't even file that under the typical suitor meeting category at that point. Yukiona culture is hard for me to fathom.
私は無視してたけど、でもそれだと周りがうるさくて。
Okay, I guess that's a lot more understandable, you. Though your stupid not liking coldness thing is probably just, a quirk that this game wants you to have so that you're unique.
でもネットにはいろんな素敵な恋愛の話があったりして、正直そういうのに憧れもあった。
Yeah, I'm drawn to the idea too, you. But I'm a realist. I know that real life doesn't, my ideal version of love doesn't exist. So I kind of don't care about it now. But as long as I still firmly believe in my own version of love, I'm pretty happy. Even if I don't have to experience it. Drawn to it. What an innocent feminine answer. I didn't expect that. So she admires the wonderful love story idea. Is this the same girl I saw fascinated by Pure Love Bible this afternoon? You seem to have read that question in my expression. She puffs out her cheeks a bit in irritation.
笑われると思ったから言わなかったのに。
I'm not laughing. I was just caught off guard.
笑ってる。目が笑ってる。超我慢してる。
No, I'm pretty indifferent to you. Well, Ren might be laughing, but I'm pretty indifferent toward what she's saying. You blushes furiously and turns away. I desperately try to save face and placate her. Would have expected you to have such a girlish dream. But I'm not laughing at that, I swear. Laughable or not, this is definitely the last thing I'd have thought she'd admit. Look, I'm sorry. Come on, I never laugh at that.
本当に？
Yes, I do. Really.
じゃあ罰として温めて。
Wait, I thought you came out here to cool off.
夜涼みしすぎたから冷えた。温めて。
Let's buy her some, hot soup or something. She puffs her cheeks and holds her arms open. Whatever her reasoning may be, the bare fact of the situation is that she's asking me to hug her now, isn't it? She's just waiting there with her arms held out wide.
反省の色が見えない。
I'm telling you, I wasn't.
もういい。寒くて待ってられない。
Girls like this are actually really a turnoff for me.
ぎゅー。
You're not close enough to me to actually touch me. Still wearing her sullen expression, you approaches and embraces me from the front. I mean, I don't in the case of Emmy, I don't really mind because she's my sister, right? But this girl is just like a random stranger that I've met for, I don't know, like a week, and she's already having her way with me, physically? Fuck that. You're not close to me. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. She's wrapped her arms around me tighter than ever, perhaps thanks to her frustrated mood, but... Holy crap, what a soft sensation. Why am I taking this game too seriously, guys? Ryuya's boobs were so firm back at the bath, but yous are an entirely different experience, so they're saggy. That's... Ew. It's garbage then, Ren. Firm boobs are better than, saggy boobs. What the fuck? I never knew massive boobs could be so different between two girls.
レンもぎゅー。ハリー。
Okay. Not sure how else to respond, I obey and mirror you. The added force amplifies the feeling of pressure against her pillowy chest. And now, I'm conscious of just how much of her neck is showing thanks to the robe. Coming in for a front-to-front embrace has exposed everything from the nape to the collar. And chilled in the night air or not, the moisture of the sweat on her body gives a fresh, raw accent to the feeling of her skin. All this couples perfectly with that thick, sweet, just bait scent. This is on a whole new level from many of the other times she's held on to me.
レン、 ごくドキドキしてるね。
Huh? Oh, well, I'm not having any dirty thoughts, if that's what you mean.
いやらしいこと？単純にレンの心臓がドキドキしてるって言っただけだけど。
You're at the bottom of the rankings for me, you. I'm probably not gonna enjoy your scenes much. Hmm? My heart? Well, that came back to bite me instantly. Wait, what? What did she say? Sorry, I was like...
バックログです。
I was in a daze. Oh, okay. He looks up at me with a puzzled expression. But in this situation, who wouldn't have been suggesting a more intimate kind of excitement? You really needs to work on fixing her habit of phrasing things so vaguely.
触りたいの?
We're gonna do this out in the open? Alright, whatever you want. Do whatever you want, girl. A mischievous grin slowly forms on her face. Damned if I say yes, damned if I say no. No, if you say no, you're not really damned, you don't really care. I just gave up the checkmate in one fell swoop. But now that it's come to this, only if that's your way of inviting me. Yeah, this is the reason why I don't really like harem guys. The fact that the MC doesn't have any sort of self-control or any sort of... what's the word? Resolution? No resolve to deny the girls? It's pissing me off at times. Oh, but we men are always serious. Use round eyes blink in apparent surprise.
ちょっと強気。これが純愛バイブルにあった強気攻め。正直悪くはない。
I'm not trying to be forceful, I hesitantly refute Yu's comparison between me and the manga. I didn't think she'd react to my push back this way. The male part of me did flare up a bit when I said that though. That was genuine. It's hard to dance around a maiden's advances. As I reflect on this realization, Yu's hands press harder upon my back.
いいよ。
Yu makes eye contact again, eyes glistening with expectation. What? What did I just hear her say? Okay with what exactly? I mean, you're expecting this, Ren. Don't say you're not because you just said yes.
レンが私のせいでその気になっちゃったから、私に責任取れって言うんでしょ？男の人はそうじゃないとムラムラして大変だって。
No worries, I can always fap you. Is that what you read in Pure Love Bible?
書いてあった。
That shit's poison, man. There's not a damn wholesome or realistic thing written in that book, is there? And why would anyone think that selling these ideas to girls could be a good idea?
まあ、さすがにそれは冗談だけど。
Stop trying to make jokes out of things that aren't funny, for crying out loud. Oh, my heart. Pull yourself together.
でも、本当にいいよ。責任取れとか、めんどくさいこと言わないし。
No. Taking responsibility isn't the issue here.
それに、レンだけ集団レイプして、罪悪感もなきにしもあらずだったし。
Gang hand raping you. That's so dumb. Oh, she does have a point, actually. I hadn't thought about that in a while, but it's true that it did happen. Wait, she considers that gang rape? I didn't exactly feel much of a victim afterward. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole affair.
正直、興味はある。私も年頃の女だし。それに、何度も言うけど、レンなら、そんな嫌じゃない。
We've known each other for a week, you. Why aren't you against it? We don't know each other that well. As she speaks, the thin and hazy clouds of her breath reveal how feverish she's become. In her eyes, I can see that she's already more than prepared to take this further. The softness of Yu's body against mine has taken on an altogether new effect for me. I'm a young man, of freaking course I want to touch them. Despite this, I still wonder if I've been letting her drag me along with her whims too much lately.
Ren.
She pulls away slightly and takes my hand.
レンは私の指導役でもあるんだから。私のことちゃんと温めて。
I feel like all of her, like, you know, stuff is calculated, the way she's doing this. She tugs her kimono loose, the way a woman might wear it in a red light district somewhere. Without hesitation, Yu pulls it apart at the shoulders.
すごいエッチな顔してる。
Patreon.com/Azaikyousuke. See you guys on YouTube. I said this already, but I'm kind of surprised that she didn't actually make us go to her room or anything. This is like outdoor shit. What are you, an exhibitionist? God damn. But that's it? Okay, that's good. That's okay with me. A short H scene with you? That's fine with me. Whew. I don't really think I like you all that much, guys. I do consider her like a slut from what she's saying before that H scene. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this chick? Are you okay, you? The CG is good though. The CG is good. The CG in this game is always good. I mean, it's Sayori, guys. Of course they're gonna be good.
大丈夫じゃない。気持ちよすぎて飛んじゃいそうだった。
I guide her to the bench where she sits down unceremoniously. Seeing her sweaty, exhausted visage is a new brand of sex appeal altogether. Not that what we did isn't already the definition of erotic.
また別の意味でのぼせちゃったからお風呂入ってくる。
We didn't come, by the way. We just actually, you know, like touched you until she came. Wait, you!
心配込むよ。おやすみ。私、今日はよく眠れそう。
Well, if she says she'll be okay, I guess I'll take her word for it. I sit calmly on the bench, content with watching her from behind until she safely entered the bathroom. Are all demon girls this forward? I feel like all I've done lately is get swept away by the girl's whims. Yeah. But as a healthy, sexually mature boy, I feel remarkably happy and satisfied with that. It's a rather complicated swirl of emotions. Now, if I was in your shoes, Ren, I would still deny all of their advances. It's not a matter of actually being sexually excited by them, it's a matter of resolve. It's the morning of my next day of no classes. Okay, yes, I kept you waiting. If any of you dare complain about how late I slept, I'll string a violin with your tendons. I walk out loud and aggressive. I have to take the lead from the start every time now. Hopefully, that'll teach our little collection of beasts some respect. I certainly don't want them to get up in arms over me sleeping in. Time to show them what it looks like when a man means business. Huh? Arlen, why are you out here? And put on some clothes!
レンさん疲れてそうだったので、今日は私がみんなにご飯あげておきましたから。だからみんなの朝ごはんはもう大丈夫ですよ。
Whoa! She's a god! What a fantastic, proactive girl! I was hoping to shout down the animals by one-upping their anger, but Arle's solution is so much better. In fact, I want to tell Tama-chan about this so she'll stop freaking out whenever I oversleep.
先輩は毎日美味しいご飯を作ってくださいますから。
Thanks for actually thinking about me for once, Arlen.
今後もこのくらいは私に任せてください。私、生物部ですし、動物のお世話は慣れてますから。
It's so refreshing to have you around, Arlen. Ignoring her occasional inability to clothe herself anyway. Still, I have to give her credit for trying this time. In those bandages, there's still a distinct difference between her and a stripper. At least, I'd like to think so. You little monster should learn a thing or two about consideration from Arlen. They should look up to her as a fellow newt by default creature. So dumb. Though I should probably refrain from actually saying that to them. Thanks, Arlo. I owe you one. Okay, well, I'll handle the cleaning at least. I hungered down to pick up their food dishes. Ah! Hey, what now? Pochi pounces onto my back and starts humping wildly. What the hell? What did you put into their food? Get off me, you freak! What am I, your sex toy? Is a girl? Is that how it works? Pochi just thinks I'm no better than a minion? A battle unfolds, me struggling to throw Pochi from my back. But as the name Cerberus might imply, she's as hard to shake off as a hellhound. I have to do something about her before my position below her becomes official. Arla! Don't you know some way to convince this mutt that I'm the top dog? My pride as a man and as a human is on the line. Don't let it end this way. She's probably gonna say I should strip. That's even worse, you idiot. I don't want to be... What is this game, bro? Oh, mount for mount. Yeah, that sounds like it'll work. Okay, Princess Pochi, it's about time you learn some respect. Ah! Take this! Now do you get who's in charge around here, little princess? What am I playing, bro? Why am I playing these games? Ah! She's got the spirit of a hellhound, alright. She's a strong one. I know, I've got this. I answer Pochi's resistance with an equal display of force, holding her tightly. I'm in the latter stages of adolescence now. My body's mature enough to handle the likes of one Shiba Inu. Hell yeah! I'll have you admit defeat before long, mutt princess. Pochi's finally in give up mode. Now's the time for me to deliver the finishing blow to make sure she'll never defy me again. No way in hell am I about to let the dorm's pet dog dominate me. He's so dumb, this game. What is this game, bro? What? Why now, Gome? Hey, Gome! Wait a second, I'm a little busy at the moment. This game is dumb, bro. Definitely. Don't get carried away in the moment, Gome. Damn it! I'll get you for this. Technically, it's supposed to be Pochi, but whatever, Ririo. What are you talking about? Undo what? Undo the fact that I'm bi? Gome, you're pushing too hard! I mean, you're just way too heavy! Ow! Shut up, Shigeru. And so, the girls in the peanut gallery remain oblivious to our agony. My life or death struggle with the pets continues for a short while. I later managed to get Emmy to delete the pictures and footage of the battle. Why did that even happen? That is perhaps the most ridiculous morning misadventure I've ever had. No, you did nothing wrong back there. And what sort of other solution would you have me do? Arlie and I are cleaning up after breakfast together. The other girls have gone to their rooms. We have no school today. Now I have the rare opportunity to spend some time in the shared living space with just Arlie for company. What other solutions could you have suggested? Yes, meaning stripping, right? That actually makes a lot more sense than I give you credit for. That makes sense. I considered doing that at the time myself. But now that I think about it, anything that puts me over her rank would be enough for me. I wish we talked about this beforehand. I imagined her doing that last scene another way as I reached for the next thing to wash. Knife. Ah! I quickly pulled my hand back in pain. Alright, suck on my finger. You know the drill. Oh, I'm fine. Your warning kept me from gripping it too hard, so it's just a little cut. A tiny slit has opened on my finger, oozing a bead of blood. I really shouldn't zone out like that. Washing dishes or otherwise. That could have ended badly. I rinsed the wound with water. Oh, it's fine. This is nothing, seriously. She actually gonna wrap her bandage on me? Arlie grips my wrist with her small, delicate hand and turns my finger toward herself. She brings her face close, inspecting the laceration. Her face seems nigh panicked as she gazes at the opening on my finger. Her breath has picked up slightly, and I feel the warmth of it flow past my finger from her half-open mouth. I see Arlie's tongue poke out and trace her lips. Is she about to... Is this that legendary moment when girls sticks my finger into her mouth on her own? Arlie gulps, her slender neck moving up and down visibly. I'd never seen her look at anything this way before. It's hard not to see eroticism in her lips now. She's just gonna wrap it, isn't she? Okay. I prepare myself for the coming sensation of Arlie's lips as her face inches closer. Yeah, she's the bandage freak. Come on, Ren. Oh, okay. Thanks. That was some lightning fast work. She fixed me right up in a matter of seconds. She bandaged my fingers so quickly, I could practically see after images of her hands. Arlie definitely places her first aid kit back in her pocket. I didn't even see her take it out when she started. Is Arlie somebody to be wary of after all? I feel like there's a side to her that I've yet to learn about. Arlie punctuates the sentence with her usual bright smile. I didn't know you were so good at first aid, Arlie. Or that you always have these bandages on hand. I would have found a handkerchief far more fashionable, or at least normal. She's a freak! She's a freak, damn you! She probably got off when she was doing the bandaging.
だからマミーのたしなみとして包帯は常に持ってないといけなくて。
Oh, that makes sense. So that's standard mummy equipment then. Yep. Yep. How am I supposed to say that? What the fuck? Yep. Maybe like that. I don't get it. Life must be rough for mummies in some ways. I get the distinct feeling that I'll never be quite able to wrap my head around the intricacies of a mummy's common sense.
でも普段から泣いてもいないのに包帯だけ持ってるとかやばい子じゃないですか。だから応急処置くらいできなきゃと思って勉強したんです。それがレンさんの役に立ってよかったです。
You're real diligent, I'll give you that.
レンさんに褒められちゃいました。嬉しいです。
She squints with barely concealed glee. This bright yet serious nature of hers is her main charm. So much so, in fact, that I don't really mind the bandage quirk.
じゃあ包帯濡れちゃうのであとは私がやりますから。 レンさんはゆっくりしててもらっていいですよ。
Oh, I can handle it. Well, I guess I can't be pushy. I nod obediently, realizing that I shouldn't let her effort on my finger go to waste.
もうそんなに量もありませんし、いつもレンさん一人でやってもらっちゃってますから。休日くらい私に任せてください。
Then for today at least, I'll happily accept your offer. I'll be cheering you on from across the counter.
はい。じゃあ応援よろしくお願いします。最近レンさんとあんまりおしゃべりできなかったから、いてもらえるだけで嬉しいです。
What, just with my presence?
別にそんな大それた身の程知らずの意味じゃなくてですね。私みたいなポンコツマミーの相手をしてもらえるだけで光栄って言いますか、意地悪なこと言わないでください。もう
Arla's face goes beet red before she turns to face the other way. She's a lot purer than I think she is. Oh, it's so cute how she reacts to her own words that way. Honestly, I wouldn't trade a morning shared with a cute junior like her for the world. I'm reminded that the only thing that put her in this dorm is that little nudity issue. Shut up, Gome. What's with you? And how do you know what a rom-com is? Oh, garbage. What? Whoa, you can read Japanese? So that accursed manga even has mystery animal fans then. Quite the bestseller if it can grip the heart of even this whale thing. It's not toilet paper, you idiot. No, this is a bandage. Man, I want to slap this guy. And like I just told you, this is bandage, courtesy of Arla. What is this white monster that never listen? Sounds like Gome's brain is more like a dumb seal's than a whale's. Not that it matters much to me anyway. I love his voice though. As much as I kind of just want to slap this guy, his voice is perfect.
ごめんちゃん。誰がトイレットペーパーの魔族ですって。
Gome! Gome just instantly turned into a ball of bandages! What the hell just happened? Gome got completely wrapped in this stuff before my brain even had time to register what happened. What kind of superpower does it take to make that happen?
マミーに向かってトイレットペーパーとか失礼すぎ。レンさんもそう思いますよね。レンさんは私のことトイレットペーパー娘とか思ってないですよね。
I don't know. Of course not. How could I ever think that way about my cute little Arla?
かわいいので、もうまたそんなこと言って。ね、聞いた？ねえ、ごめんちゃん、今の聞いた？俺のあるるって言われちゃった。俺のって。
You're kind of a freak, Arla. What the fuck? I think the Gome mummy is moving around a lot less now. Is that okay? I get the feeling you made it hard for Gome to breathe. Ah, he's fine, Ren. And with that, the movement stops.
じゃあせっかくですしお茶入れますからレンさん一緒に食休みしましょう
Gome! Keep it together! It's not the end for you yet! I desperately tear away at the wrappings constricting Gome. I can't pull them off! Their wound continuously around the whale's body. Wound? Wound? I think that's actually wound. To the point where unwrapping seems to do nothing. How did Arlie do this so thoroughly in the span of a single instant? I learned something this morning. Avoid all landmines around Arlie at all costs. With some time and effort, I managed to free Gome from the bonds. He's a freak, I'm telling you. You don't say it out loud, you'll die. Arlie, are you there? Tama-chan's calling you. Tama-chan said Arlie was in her room. Get her over here, whatever it takes, hurry. I don't know what's got her so impatient. I decided to take a quick look inside Arlie's room. Arlie, I'm coming in. Oh, now here's a sight. Arlie's sarcophagus is neatly placed on top of the bed. I do recall it being delivered here shortly after we arrived. This placement of the coffin took me by surprise. It makes quite the impression. On the other hand, it's a type of bed, so maybe it'd be weird to put it directly on the floor. There's a cultural difference to be studied here. Hold on, that's not what I came here to see. Arla's definitely not in the room. She might be inside though. Tama-chan was ready to explode when she sent me here, so maybe it's time for a phone call. I can hear a ringtone in here somewhere, but where? This is the only thing I hate about you, Arlie. Get some clothes on. You're making me hard for me to remember when I need to censor when you have a nudity scene, or sorry, a nudity sprite. Fuck. Ah, Arlie. Well, Tama-chan's calling, so. No, that's not what I meant. I'm saying Tama-chan was calling for you. It seemed kind of urgent, but you didn't answer when I knocked, so I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. I didn't come here to peek, I swear. I furiously spin around to face the doorway. I was wondering if it was actually the naked part, but nope. Oh, that was the problem? Now that I think about it, Arla's definitely not the type to be ashamed of her outfit, or lack thereof. She walks around this whole place naked all the time. Honestly, I'm a little worried about how unfazed I am by it now. Oh no, it's my fault for coming in without asking. I avoid mentioning her pajama selection. Could have actually just called her when we were still with Tama-chan, couldn't we? This room is hers after all. Not that I think she'd change her preference in any other room, of course. Still, I know she wouldn't dress like this outside, so I'm inclined to let it go. Oh right, that. Tama-chan seemed really riled up about something. What's wrong? Whoa, what is all this? The chicken's dead? The fuck is going on? They're going rabid? More like one of those post-war commuter trains if you ask me. Either way, this would be a 400% passenger overload. What could have made the population explode? And why are they making sounds that don't remotely sound guinea piggish? Your fault, Arla?
ちょっと前に生物部で増えすぎたデビルモルモットを引き取ったんです。男の子と女の子を分けて飼育小屋に入れてたはずだったんですけど、私が仕分け失敗しちゃったんですね。ごめんなさい。デビルモルモットの繁殖力はないですからね。オスとメスがいて 2,3 日もあればこうなってしまうのですよ。
You can just sell them off. Seriously? What the hell is a devil guinea pig in the first place? I thought keeping something like that on school grounds was a good idea. Wasn't the existence of supernatural creatures supposed to be a secret to the general public? Ren, let me just say, Ren, don't think about this too much. Don't think about this too much, Ren. You're gonna have a much better time if you don't think too deeply about this, just like I am. How does this not fall under that rule?
こんなに増えちゃってどうしよう。デビモルはそもそもオスメスが見分けづらいですからね。さらにちょいちょい二なりが混じってるからプロでも手に負えないのですよ。
And the fault lies with whoever was stupid enough to accept them. Why would anyone agree to keep a bunch of animals that even pro handlers have trouble with?
起きてしまったものは仕方ないのです。
Your fault, isn't it, you asshole?
決して玉が腐ったみかんだから押し付けられたわけではないのですよ。ちょっと売り言葉に買い言葉で成り行き上仕方なかっただけなのです。
Ah, you're garbage, Tama-chan. So it's actually her fault then. Doubly so, in fact, for forcing the job of gender separation on Arlo. What a mean-spirited little teacher.
レンさん、とりあえずこれをどうにかしないと。
Sell them off.
こうしてる間にも増えていってしまいますし。
Sell them off. What? Did they do the deed in a matter of seconds?
じゃあ、タマはなんとか引き取り先を探してくるのです。
Let's sell them off!
レンちゃんとアルルちゃんは被害拡大を防ぐために再仕分けをお願いするのですよ。
He just ran off and left a pro's job to a pair of amateurs.
一応私インターネットで調べましたから教えますね。それでも失敗しちゃいましたけど。
It's better than nothing. Might as well use what you learned. In the short time that I wasn't looking at the pen, the guinea pig saturation has climbed from 400% to 600%. Shouldn't we just give up and hire an actual professional to fix this? Let's just kill these guys off and make some hamster meat. It can probably still be roasted or something. Though I've never actually eaten hamster or guinea pig. But I mean, meat's meat, right? Is it just me or are they getting fiercer? They're not acting like any normal guinea pigs anymore. Something's happening in the sea of guinea pigs. On the far right of the enclosure, some of them seem to have assumed a murderous attitude. Why are they all standing like that?
この子たちも満員列車はストレスなんですね。仕方ないです。
Let's just kill them all then.
余計に早く私たちが救ってあげないとですね。この子たちは人懐っこいですし、噛んだりしないので安心してくださいね。
They don't look cute. Okay, then I'll do what I can. I can almost see a miasma of evil oozing from the crowd of rodents though. Well hey, maybe they're not so different from a 9-to-5 worker who's fed up with getting crushed in a packed train. I shouldn't be so quick to judge these critters for looking a little scary. I inwardly tell myself to man up a bit.
じゃあ、まずは私が仕分けをしてみせますね。例えば、この子とこの子なんですけど、その形が違ってまして。
Sorry about that, I accidentally pressed control on my keyboard. Okay, you might say that, but I look closely at each other's crotch. Nope, no dice. What's with these things? All I see is the same organ on each one. Is there some esoteric skill to this that I'm missing?
どっちが男の子かわかりますよね。
Do I need to censor this? I mean, they're kind of censored already by Mosaic, but I guess I should censor them again. Sorry, but I still can't tell at all.
本当ですか？
I'm telling you, I'm at a complete loss. I can't see a single difference between the two. I realize that Arle has trouble explaining this kind of thing, but I'm not gleaning a single bit of info from this.
それは分かってますけど、でもそれじゃ詳細に説明しないとわからないですよね。
Yeah, sorry for the trouble.
まさかいきなりこんな展開なんで。
I just killed these guys off, really. Who cares about fucking guinea pigs anyway? Arle puts her head in her hands, on the verge of tears. Is this some kind of roleplay? Aren't we just trying to separate guinea pigs by sex? I'm not one to enjoy teasing Arle, and I wasn't even trying to get her so worked up. If it's that much trouble, you don't have to try so hard to teach me.
いえ、こうなったのも私の自業自得ですから。ちゃんと説明します。私だってできますから。
You can't. That's the problem, though.
レンさんもしっかり聞いててくださいね。
Okay, I'm listening. Arle's desperation worries me, but I nod obediently and watch. Obediently.
男の子はこのもっこりがおちちんで、この下の方がたまたまとお尻の穴なんです。女の子はこのくぼみが
I still don't see the difference. The freaking thing looks the same. I don't know what's a vagina or a penis. What the fuck are you talking about?
下の部分がおしっこの穴とお尻の穴です。これで分かってもらえましたか？
Okay, now it makes perfect sense. Actually, no. I'm sorry, it doesn't.
恥ずかしそう。レオ兄さんが意地悪。
They're the same image. 30 minutes later. Okay, Arle. Is this one male?
女の子ですね。
Okay, so this one's female then.
男の子ですね。あ、違いました。それは二人の子なので隔離しておいてください。
Let's just kill these guys off! It shall be done. In the end, I still can't do it. Instead, I'm showing them to Arle one by one. Mom, Dad, forgive me. I don't think I have a future as a guinea pig breeder. Not that I ever intended to become one in the first place. I'll go and grab a cardboard box to put the hermaphrodites in. Actually didn't know that hermaphrodites are actually just called futanari in Japanese. Let's see, this one should work. I choose a suitable box from the trash collection area and bring one back. It has also served as grip handles, which will double as air holes. Perfect. I start to grab the hermaphrodites one by one and place each of them into the box.
何こんなところで油売ってるのですか。
I hate you, Tama-chan.
あんまり適当な仕事してるとぶち殺すのですよ。
I sure as hell can kill you for sure, before you can do anything. Not if I kill you first, Tama-chan. Thank you, Ren. So, did you find anyone to take care of them?
それはバッチリなのですよ。親切な研究所が無料で引き取ってくれることになったのです。
That'd be fine if they were normal guinea pigs.
さすがにそれは冗談なのですよ。親切な動物園が引き取ってくれることになったのです。焦っちゃって、レンちゃんもなかなか優しいとこがあるじゃないのですか。
She playfully pokes at my cheeks. Yup, she's going to get her desserts before long. Or just desserts. I'll see to that personally.
超せかしたら 今日の夕方過ぎには引き取りに来てくれるとのことなのです。なので飼育箱の中で段ボールに入れておいてくれれば大丈夫なのです。引き取りの立ち会いは教師らしく大人のタマがやってやるのですよ。
I really wish you don't exist, Tama-chan. You're garbage. Doesn't sound like you've reflected on your mistake at all.
痛いのですよ。ごめんなさい許してくださいなのです。
After grinding my knuckle into her head for a while, I release her, satisfied with her punishment. No, Ren, we need some rough sex, man. We need some punishment sex or something with Tama-chan.
とりあえず終わったら報告に来るのですよ。
Oh shit, it's actually thundering again outside. It was thundering a lot when I was recording the second episode for Rika last week. And hopefully it's not going to thunder as loudly as it did back then.
タマは職員室にいるのです。このクソレンちゃんが。
Tama-chan hurls the last insult that... Nope, it's definitely loud. You guys heard that, right? Tama-chan hurls the last insult at me as she flees to the main building.
隙を見て痴漢冤罪でぶち込んでやるのですよ。せいぜい夜道には気をつけるがいいのです。
I hear Tama-chan's unnerving muttering as she stomps away. I decide that it would do me well to steer clear of her for a while. I turn back to return to Arla and tell her the news. Arla, someone from the zoo is coming to pick up the guinea pigs later. Where are your uniform? We're in school grounds. Arla, will you please stop stripping like that? I was only away for a moment and she's already gone nude. And the bandages don't count. She's naked by any standard.
もちろん TPO はちゃんと考えてますよ。今は休みだから誰もいないですし、動物たちは気にしないじゃないですか。
What the heck is TPO?
靴はちゃんと履いてますよ。いろいろと危ないですし。
She proudly flashes her feet to me. Get those disgusting feet out of my face. There's a sort of high-class appeal to a nearly naked girl who still has her socks and shoes on. Ren! Stop! That's about the only thing that floats through my head at the sight. Wait, going by what she just said... Oh my god, that's so loud. I hope I don't get a blackout. Does that mean I'm on the level of the animals to her? Or perhaps it's just that there's no point worrying about me seeing her now. Oh, I see you've almost finished splitting them up. I brought a big box for them, so let's stuff them in. Tama-chan said someone's coming to get them in the evening. I try to avoid looking directly at Arla as I work. I rearrange the boxes of guinea pigs for ease of transport. It's a tighter fit overall than the enclosure was, but they'll just have to tolerate it for now. Hey, you better be sorry, you're making me censor too much shit, Arla. Arla speaks up in a serious tone from behind me. I understand that you can't help it, what with that trauma from your past. You don't need to apologize to me for that. Trauma my ass. I deliberately keep my back to her as I reply. But what I hear in response is a sigh.
今はみんな普通に洋服を着て生活をしてるんです。でもうちは昔から続いてる古風な家で清掃にうるさい家だったんですよ。それで包帯着用をずっと強要させられてて。
Does being completely wrapped in bandages count as formal dress for mummies? Maybe it's like the old Japanese families who always wear traditional robes and the like. Content with that analogy, I nod and remain silent.
これでも本気で悩んでるんですけど、直せなくて。お出かけとか学園とか、気を張ってる時はなんとか我慢できるんですけど、でも、レンさんみたいに許してくれちゃう人だと、全然我慢できなくて。
You never did this before we actually got into that dorm thing. I hear her heave another deep sigh. I'm gonna be, stricter with her, Ren. Arla is not only aware of her problem, but honestly wants to fix it. So the only reason she felt safe enough to strip was because she's with me then. That's a rather pleasant thought. Well, to the masculine part of my mind, anyway. And to the rest of me, knowing that Arlia trusts me is even more exciting. I have no choice but to answer her honestly. I look back at Arlen. Personally, I'd really prefer that you do wear clothes. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Arlet tilts her head sideways quizzically. I clear my throat with a little ahem, feeling myself blush. I'm suddenly feeling embarrassed, knowing what I'm about to tell her. The thing is, you're really cute, Arlen. So it's kind of hard to know where to look when you're naked. Not to mention, I don't like the idea of someone we don't know seeing you naked. I don't really care, Ren. I don't really care at all. I don't care if someone saw my sister naked. Like, I have affection for my sister, but I don't care about that at all. I don't care about any sort of other people that saw anyone naked. Like, why should I care? This is weird. I feel like Ren just has these affection to all these girls, and they're just more than affection, you know? He clearly wants to bang all of them, which is something that I don't have to any of these girls. Maybe except Emmy. But that's because she just tickles my fancy, guys. That's just preference. I still don't know much about demon lifestyles and such, so I don't know how much you can rely on me. But I'm still more or less the acting dorm head, aren't I? So regardless of what has you down or worried... God, that's loud. I'll do everything I can to help you out. I think it was more than just a coincidence that we happened to be put in the same dorm. And beyond that, with how long we've known each other, how can I not care? So in short, let's work through this together. I lightly pat Arla's head as I finish my spiel. I said all that in earnest, but I still find myself blushing furiously. But I can feel the admiration in Arla's tone when she calls me Onisan. I feel like being forthcoming about my attitude towards this was the best option. Arlie giggles a bit in her usual way. That's the Arlie I like to see. I decide to put aside the question of how useful I can actually be to her. I'm satisfied with having lifted Arlie's mood to a more optimistic one for now. As she finishes her pepped up declaration, I hear the sound of her messing with her clothes behind me. Oh, you've got your uniform on now. Bravo! You know, what she said was technically a declaration that she wants to marry you, Ren. Arle strikes a little victory pose. I've never seen Arle get this pumped. Certainly not over wearing clothes. With that attitude, I get the feeling that maybe we'll succeed after all. For the first time, I feel like I'm doing my job right, managing the dorm in a sense. Alright, let's work hard at this together from now on. I softly give Arle a rub on the head. What's wrong, Arle? Are you okay? Hey, careful! Seeing her knees wobble, I pull out really close and hold her up. We're in school grounds, Arle! Don't do this! I tighten my hold on her as she wobbles again, nearly falling out of my arms. Her body begins to twitch slightly. Her breathing becomes ragged and heavy. I can see Arle's face reddening while her eyes slip in and out of focus. Don't go into heat, Arle. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're a freak, Arle. What's wrong, Arle? Are you hurt somewhere?
しいとかじゃなくて、その、レンさんになでなでされてギュッてされたら体がキュンゾクゾクってして力が入んなくなっちゃって。
Titans? Shiver? Arla turns her head up to look at me with glazed over eyes. This isn't the cute expression I'm used to. It's been replaced with something more erotic. We're in school, guys! I feel like I've seen this look on her face briefly somewhere before. I'm not letting you wrap my dick in your bandages. Okay, that's a lot more normal than I thought. Tighter? Like this? I put more force into my embrace, squeezing her harder as requested. Can we switch the CG so that I don't have to show this to YouTube, please, Arla? Your moans are a bit distracting. Her rousing moans waft past my ears. The trembling of her small, delicate body carries through into my own. I always saw Arla as a sort of little sister figure, but now everything about her makes me feel differently. I start to notice just how soft her slim shoulders and back are to the touch. And I can detect a faint, sweet scent from her silky hair. Arla is truly a woman in her own right, I realize. Now that I'm aware of this, despite having grown used to seeing her bare skin, I can't deny the shade of eroticism that has overtaken her. She murmurs calmly in a sweet, alluring voice. I slowly release my hold on Arla. So it's not just clothes that do it then. In fact, I already knew that pretty much. That's understandable considering her circumstances. Life-threatening trauma does that to people. That just sounds like a typical rebellious face to me. Yet I'm not one to nitpick. I like the nod in understanding. Arlen. Arla focuses her gaze on me, expression unmistakably serious. She takes one step toward me. Her face is right in front of mine now. Arla takes my hand in hers. She pulls me away, leading me into the now empty guinea pig enclosure. How big is this place? What the fuck is wrong with you? This is unhygienic! Oh my god! Patreon.com Azaikyousuke. See you guys on YouTube. Alright, we're done. Jesus. I go in to embrace her body as she droops against the fence, almost limp from the experience. That was like meh, guys, in my opinion. Still, nothing trumps the Emmy scene. That was godlike. I guess my preference once again wins like these 8 scene like rankings, my dudes. It's okay, I'll hold you up as long as you need. You did well, Arlo.
ありがとうございます。じゃあ、お言葉に甘えて。
Arlo wraps her arms around me, lightly pressing her hands against my back. I feel the time gently rubbing her head while I wait for her breathing to return to normal. Alright. I think that's gonna be where I end this episode. Now, Ren, we're not gonna do any more scenes. That 8 scene was... it was alright. It wasn't like as bad as the U one. I didn't think that Arlo is like a slut or anything, you know, unlike the U one, but... I guess Arlo is just not my kind of girl. Like, her reactions are... I don't know, not up to my tastes, guys. I guess I might be into, like, incest or something. This dark fantasy of mine. God! Whew. But okay, I'm done. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. Sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with everything uncensored. Along with people on YouTube, you guys will be getting this early access for members anyway, but not uncensored. And yeah, for people on YouTube that are on Patreon just yet, feel free to become a free member because that's gonna be where I put first episode previews of future playthroughs. Gotta say guys, these 2H scenes, they're kinda mid, man. Emmy scene is still top. Emmy scenes are top. I'm probably gonna choose Emmy again based on my, like, you know, how I enjoy these scenes so far. We'll see. I guess it depends whether or not I like someone else. Like Miyabi, we still haven't seen Miyabi's stuff yet. Maybe she might steer me into her direction. We will see. We will see where this sexual journey leads. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one.